farm park as was planned by the city in 1991. Do you believe that the citizens in the upper 2/3 of the city should have a public park with access to the James River? This would alleviate overcrowding at Huntington Park and benefit the whole city.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I am open to all options right now when it comes to the city farm property. I mean, number one, I think it was the right decision to close the city farm and save the taxpayers approximately $2 million a year. We maintained all of the services that the farm was offering at the time. But we do have a 3-year archaeological survey going on right now at the farm. We just approved that in our capital improvement plan. We want to make sure that we know exactly what is on that property. There was a Warwicktown settlement there that may have some kind of historical significance. And until we get all the information and number one, most importantly, we get citizen input on what they want to do with the farm property, because that was a plan from 1991. You know, it's nearly 25 years old. Things have changed, and hopefully we can get together as a council and as a community and figure out the best use of that land.
Thank you. Harris?
Yes, we talked about this last night a little bit, and we talked about the quality of life here in Newport News, and one of the things that we want to have attractive places for our families to go and to be able to enjoy themselves, and I believe that property would be a good place in which we could have our citizens go out. It's near the park, Minchfield Park, Riverview Park, the gymnastics facility is over there, the dog park is over there, so a lot of families spend their time over there. So I believe that we should look, if elected to the city council, to get more information about what could be utilized in that area. But I would love for myself and my family to have another place that we can go in our city in which we can enjoy ourselves, and that's a good property in which people can go to enjoy themselves. My kids and a lot of families here in the Newport News area, I believe that could be a tourist facility area in which people could come and just kick back and enjoy what Newport News has to offer.
Thank you. Ms. Muhammad?
Yes, as Vice Coleman stated, 25 years ago, that's a long time to have something on the books. So yes, that property should be utilized, but however, again, you have to test the land. You can't keep putting people in areas and you don't test the land to make sure it's safe for people to go out. Because we know every year, the Huntington Park, people can't get into the water. So that definitely has to be tested first. Secondly, we have to go and revisit what the plan was originally before we can make sound decisions. Yes, the quality of life for people is very important, and that's why we have to be careful when we say we're going to put something somewhere. We need to do a study and then make a sound decision or a scientific decision if we want to place people in those areas. There is a park in that area that's being utilized there. I think we should just wait, revisit it. When I get on city council, we can go further and look at what they put down in 91 to ensure that we're keeping up with the future.
Thank you. Mr. Mullen?
Riverview Farm Park is a magnificent space, and if you have not been there, I would suggest that you go. You'll probably see myself, my wife, and my 3 boys out there playing pretty frequently. So I think anything that we do with that property needs to be slowed down. I think that everything that we do with that property needs to have, at the heart of it, greater access to the waterfront. I see other cities in the Hampton Roads area, like Hampton or Norfolk or Chesapeake, who have greater access to their waterfront than we do. And we have the longest area of waterfront in Hampton Roads. So we need to ensure greater waterfront access for our citizens. We need to have more input. And honestly, we need to find out what we have. We need to make sure that the study of Warwicktown is fully developed before we make any decision about what's going on. We could very well be sitting on a Jamestown and not even know it.
Thank you. Councilman Vick?
Yes, I too agree that we need to make sure we are getting citizens' input. It has been a while, and not just having one meeting, but several meetings to get around the city, because we are a long city, 26 miles long. So I would love to enforce that we, or encourage us as a council to be able to have a meeting in every part of the city to see what people want to see. Just for me, I do want to see, because it is a beautiful waterfront property, and I would love to see some high-end housing, some type of housing developments, because there are some people in our city, or who come to our city, they're looking for housing options, and it's beautiful housing options on the waterfront. But I believe we can do that along with saving some of the area for public access for a park. And I would love to see some type of aquatics program, because we don't have anything like that for our young people, to help them understand some of the jobs that are available in swimming and diving. So those would be my options.
Thank you. Dr. Woodbury.
Well, the Framework for the Future adopted that Riverview Farm Park back in '91, but it is a fluid document, and it has been updated every 5 years since then, and the last one, I think, was last year or the year before. It's very important that we have, relative to the rest of our property, enough park space. And I was against closing the city farm because of the services, and because of the services it rendered the people who were doing the work in the city. It helped them get their lives together, they learned new skills, they were able to go out and get jobs and turn their lives around. And there was no public input on that, by the way. So when we talk about public input, this decision was not even brought to council. So it was just made. And then we had to go back and and it was not agreement across the way. I do think that it ought to be looked at historically. There's a town in Massachusetts called Sturbridge that is a attractive visitors, that was a former town early in the 1600s, just like Warwicktown was. So it could be a tourist attraction and a plus for all our citizens.
Thank you. I'm going to combine